McCarthy on day.
Yeah, real intent from the back. Of skipper Shea Hope, Liam McCarthy in.
There's slapped, well, for the second boundary of the game. Daneful from Evan Lewis.
Top shot, lack of pace.
On the ground, a second boundary in the over, the first maximum of the innings, and just disdainfully timed by Shea Hope.
Real pressure to McCarthy now, Shea Hope going up and over. He sees the tap.
Absolutely beautiful, right on the top of the bounce there from, in fact, it's Shea Hope and as well. Himself nice bit of room there. Shea Hope heads to contact. That's a brilliant shot. He's moving away from Evan Lewis, but he gets in.
Gracefully did Evan Lewis and was able to dispatch it wicket all dominant.
Leg side, but he does have the power. He's got the six. That's going to close out the over.
A little bit shorter on this, a little bit slower. He's waiting so long and so patiently.
Shea Hope dances down. Keep interested for. It's very short down there, not the shorter of the.
He's up to 15. Shea Hope giving himself room and advancing up in the air. He looked mightily interested.
The line smashed all of this one down towards the plate. Only 58 meet back-to-back sixes. Welcome to T20I cricket, Liam.
I'm thinking it. That is clever. Advanced ball before the ball more.
Get the baseball bat out. It's all another sport here, Evan Lewis. But another 4, just T20I McCarthy.
Smart batting from Evan. The leg side is the bigger side of the two. So he's straight back, even up. You can see him aiming over mid-on as opposed to smart bat.
And it's gone hard, long, and that's it.
With this innings, so footwork, he's been really good off the back foot. Just shuffles himself the room by clearing the front leg to get the full off the bat. You knew it was going all the way.
Onto the back foot activation and gets another 6. That is having a wonderful onto the back foot, really. Maybe a chance of getting underneath it, but he's going to watch it sail over his head. Lewis with a 13th in T20 internationals. He can raise his bat. It's been a fine inning so far. 50.
Really went for the height here. I think he would have had his heart and felt like it might go
off the toe of the bat, and this is going to have one bounce before. You called it.
It's always risky not having wide, but no third in place, and it sailed one bounce. McCarthy just almost like a free hit for Lewis when the third.
2 full. This is punished, and that. And he stands in his crease. He knows where it's to the boundary. He races into the 60s.
Paul Sterling's trying managing it. It's just the sheer power from Evan Lewis. Doesn't even bother to run. He knows straight.
Near boundary as well. Goes to 44. Goes to 112 without loss at the end of the. That a big hit into the sight screen on the fall. It's a hard. He 23 deliveries. And after falling just short in his last 2 Tests England, fine. He's crossed the half, his 6th. Shea Hope, God, he might be out here. It's Harry Tector who holds on to the catch, and broken at 120. Is out on 51, which means he's just 5 of bringing up a few international runs. But for Ireland, it's a breakthrough. McCarthy has broken the.
As he so often is, the wicket taker for Ireland. It was the slower to Harry Tector. Wraps the hands around that much, but an excellent inning.
High, and Lewis continues on his rampant way. 6 that takes him into the 70s.
This is such a good shot. He's with outside off. Still trusts his strength, trusts the swing. If he hits it like he.
Lewis, that's just brilliant. It's going to sail over the 6.
Check this. It's, I think, the thing that makes it look so dismissive in such a good position is to have all the time in the world. Such a good swing of the bat.
The first hearing about this. Lewis goes a Dockrell, can only 2 over his head. Ben White can see 6.
But 2 6s back. Again, it just gets the back front leg and the boundary.
From White, and it'll run away. 4.
So frustrating as a bowler. You've come up with a plan, you've executed it, and Barry McCarthy just get.
That is the 150 had come up with a wide previously. He put this time to draw Reese. Lorcan Tucker with a neat take and the quintessential Windies. Powell is gone. 150 for 2.
Absolutely brilliant from Lorcan. Has done a lot of work to catch it from way outside off, but Powell couldn't make an impact.
From miscue and still takes the catch. Lewis gone for 91. Removed the danger man. Second time this over.
The outstanding, hasn't he? He's 1 for 2 for 12 now for him. It could have been 3. Again, good execution. Just a little bit. Evan Lewis was expecting length and thought, I'm going to heave this leg side, but he couldn't get the bat speed, not paying off. And Lewis goes for 91.
And 4.
Pension for offside strokes, flashing at it, not as classy as we are.
Hitmeyer gets the edge, and then White, 15. It's only been around for 7 delivery. And this one, Meyer flashed hard, caught the edge, and Ireland have a 4th West Indies wicket. He runs for a deft touch, and it'll away for 4. Holder off the mark with.
Jason Holder getting him back on the ball, had a lot of pace to work with. It was just
straight back over the bowler's head. Jason.
Good awareness from Jason Holder, stepping wide upside here, bringing himself able to go downtown.
Hit hard, Mark gonna reach it though. It'll race away for 4. Carty and West Indies bring up the
choice from Carty to back away. Bowling majority of the ball correctly and gave himself just enough room to the side.
Carty goes straight again. To get around, it'll go all the way for 6. Coming to his own now. Breeze. Freedom.
So quickly the scenario can change. At the back, he's been trying to through the offside early in his innings.
This will go all the way, I think, all the way to the boundary. Ends with 0 for 81. Very firmly indeed by Jason Holder. Markadero, little Holder taking full advantage.
Standish and no movement.
And this looks to be him who takes a fantastic catch diving forward. It's Rossett and Holder.
Well, and straight from Markadero. He's changed his tactic and bowl a dare. For Jason, lost his wicket.
Carty beneath this one, it's going to fly away for 6. Comfortable for 6. Slower ball, but again off the bat. This time away for 4. Can't get round to Bready. 10 off the first 2 balls. And you needed only 24 against Ben Stokes back in 2016. Things.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of from Mario Shepard. It flies away for 6. Went from 250 in the innings.
One of the best hitters in world cricket. It's a back of the hand. Again, Mario Shepard over mid wicket onto the grass banks.
Is it? Field is coming round, but they'll watch it go over the fence. Speeds 3-6 for West Indies, romp to 256 for 5. 20 overs, they're 6 in T20 internationals. It's total by just. Well, quite remarkable when you think that. But let's take you through the batting card, the opening partnership.
Yeah, Evan Lewis won from 44 balls, but in
the emotional moment for people. Ireland needs something special here. Inspired. They have a target of 2. Paul Sterling and Ross Adair march out to open. They're going to be facing, well, just magnificent. And Paul Sterling does get going from the outset the times and hops over. The first ball is sent to the boundary for 4 by Paul.
It's almost like he's saying, we've been watching you, Aaron, a turn. Paul Sterling has such pass side of this one. For him, he knows the ball's most likely going to come in at him. Not a big turner and infield.
He's going to go away for it. Almost going all the way. Bounce the ropes. And he showed certainly in one-day international just going, Ireland kept the target. How reliant on Sterling having a good in. And Sterling, first delivery, catches the outside edge of Paul Sterling. Gone for third.
To start off is from Jason Holder. Nice away movement. We saw in the first innings, he kind of swing, but just throws the bat. Good catch from Robin Powell as well. Good carry. They know how Sterling is to this Irish lineup, but he's gone early.
And wearing 13 on him. First runs and take to the boundary for 4. Runs and Holder's over. Tector off the mark, super.
This is really Harry Tector. He's recognised that Holder's angling in at him. He's soft hands to make man at fine leg. He's a bit too square, Evan Lewis.
That's nicely struck over the rope. His first boundary of the game.
Just that Ross, he either needs it up to him or he needs a bit of width. And then action he would have wanted if he'd got all of it.
That's through, straight down the ground, back over the bowler's head, and it lands about 4 runs.
That is serious pep, that full whistle at Rossadair, and that's almost his watchword over the head. And inches, it would have been his first 6, but instead it's his second 4.
Noticed how he was looking at. Get his first 6 now, cuts it away, and suddenly runs are starting to flow.
And suddenly they started.
Doesn't look like it'll beat Romario Shepherd to the rope. Harry Tector, he's into double figures. Back over Rossadair with a 6 that's to find the gap, and he's done so. It'll beat Gudakesh Murtins. Is the 50 partnership. Harry Tector gets underneath this one. Evan Lewis is out there, lands in front of the outstretched Evan Lewis. It'll ricochet, go over the boundary.
Give it in mouth for a minute. Evan Lewis tracking it. Drop catch. That should.
Oh, this is a much better connection from. That is a very powerful to the shorter ball, and Harry Tector goes to
a proper pickup. He climbed.
Looking to you, and it goes all one hand off the bat. Must by Rossadair.
In a glimpse of the Paul Rossadair. Up and over.
Down on one knee, and he's gotten his Rossadair.
Slow and hammered by Rossadair. This is a ball you.
A lot of this cleanly out of the middle, but that has gone a long way for Zari Joseph. Excellent use of the short Zari Joseph. Looking to put Tector under pressure here with ball, but Tector is excellent. It's slightly up off the top.
Yep.
That's a lovely shot down the ground. Back to back off the last 2 deliveries.
Good batting by Tector. Short ball on this occasion.
It was wide. Oh, and that's good. And the finger goes up. Harry Tector gone. Ross through. It's been bowling consistently on that leg stump line. It hits out.
Golden arm chip. He's forced the batters to make a play.
His way to the crease. Looking to get sane. That's going to be out. Lorcan Tucker is dismissed for 1. By Jason Holder and Akil Hussain for West Indies. Ireland 3 down for.
Slow, wide this time. See the ground down the chart away from it and poached by the massive hands. So Tucker gone for 1.
Well, that. And Rossadair, 4 of the 12th in the over for Akil Hussain. Backing away, creating a little bit of space for himself, and worked very nicely off it with the first boundary in his innings.
Stockrell, a tall, big reach, particularly good at hitting it around.
A feature of the ball striking today, even off a leg, and slapping it straight, targeting more.
Finishes his spell with a great catch, and he's been the cheerleader in chief for West Indies. Real clean his time out there. Running catch in the deep to Dockrell. He'd survive, but he won't survive that one.
The magnificent from Jason Holder. First is to make the ground up, the jump. Needed at 6'8" himself, and look at the smile on his face. The Irish Worm Dover started to keeping pace with its collation, like touching where they need to be, which is that.
And another catch in the deep on the offside, and finding the field. Indies finding the wickets. Big Mary McCarthy didn't come up. Another catch.
The option of wide. Don't think that was wide enough. But on this occasion, get to the hands of Evan Lewis. Didn't make a mistake, and another one bites the dust. Barry McCarthy on this occasion.
Backing away, creating a little bit of space for himself, and worked very nicely off it with the first boundary in his innings.
Dockrell, a tall, big reach, particularly good at hitting it round.
A feature of the ball striking today, even off a leg, and slapping it straight, targeting more.
Finishes his spell with a great catch, and he's been the cheerleader in chief for West Indies. Real clean his time out there. Running catch in the deep to Dockrell. He'd survive, but he won't survive that one.
The magnificent from Jason Holder. First is to make the ground up, the jump. Needed at 6'8" himself, and look at the smile on his face. The Irish Worm Dover started to keeping pace with its collation, like touching where they need to be, which is that.
And another catch in the deep on the offside, and finding the field. Indies finding the wickets. Big Mary McCarthy didn't come up. Another catch.
The option of wide. Don't think that was wide enough. But on this occasion, get to the hands of Evan Lewis. Didn't make a mistake, and another one bites the dust. Barry McCarthy on this occasion.